There's so much stuff that's always spoken about when it comes to visual arts and the art space. And unfortunately, a lot of the stuff is just absolutely bullcrap. So in this video, I'm gonna be revealing 5 myths about the art space and being a visual artist so you could quickly adjust and put yourself in the absolute best position for success. Now, with that being said, if you don't know who I am, my name is Gerard Henry. I'm the founder of Artist Rise, and I help a ton of artists make consistent sales online. And my only goal here is to provide as much value as humanly possible in hopes that we end up working together at the end of this. With that being said, let's jump straight into it. So first thing first, a big misconception in the art space is that your price is the problem. You see, every artist I talk to always tell me that they're struggling with price. Gerard, I don't know how to price my artwork. Gerard, I think I'm pricing my artwork too low. Gerard, I think I'm pricing my artwork too high. What is the correct way to price your artwork? Well, one, I did another video on pricing that you'll be able to find on my channel. I did it about a month ago. And then two, I want to talk about pricing a little bit even here. You see, fun fact, pricing is usually the least of your problems. Now, what do I mean by this? You see, people are more willing to pay the wrong price for the artwork if they really desire the work. So you shouldn't be stressing much about price. And I'll give you an example. The person that walks into a Louis Vuitton store to purchase a purse for $3,000 don't argue about the price, even knowing that they can go find a similar, even better quality purse for $300 at a different store. So why do they spend $3,000 on a purse? Because they're the right customer. You see, now you may be thinking, but Gerard, that's Louis Vuitton, it's a luxury clothing brand. It's so different, but in reality, it's not. You see, when you sell art, art is a luxury. It's something no one needs. They buy it as a want. So when you get your art in front of the right person, they'll be willing to spend the wrong price, aka the more expensive price, if they feel like it's the right buy for them. So what am I saying? Focus your attention on getting your artwork in front of the right person that's willing to spend the wrong price, instead of trying to get the right price for your artwork, because even if you had the right price, the wrong buyer would never purchase. And even if they did purchase, they're only going to complain and try to lowball you and negotiate the price anyway. So recap, focus on getting in front of the right buyer and not trying to figure out the wrong price. Those who focus on the wrong price, the artists that spend their time trying to figure out the right price, is just wasting their time. Focus on getting in front of the right buyers. Second, I hear it all the time, artists say, hey Gerard, my buyers are not online. This is one of the most craziest things I ever heard. Let me explain. There's 5 billion people on Facebook and Instagram. That's more than a third of the entire population. That means 3 out of 4 people are on Facebook and Instagram. And most likely the people who are not on Facebook and Instagram are only those who don't have internet connection in like third world countries. But most likely your buyers are not in those countries. Your buyers are most likely in the United States, the United Kingdom, Canada, Australia, Paris, who knows. But they have access to the internet, and most likely if they have access to the internet, they have an Instagram and Facebook. You see, the same people that walk into galleries and spend $5,000, $10,000, $20,000 on artwork, they're still on Instagram, they're still on Facebook, they still interact on these social platforms because it's just modern day. That is what people do. This is how people communicate. So what am I saying? First thing first, your buyers are on social media, but more importantly, you have to understand how to find your buyers on social media. You see, here's where it gets tricky. Your buyer may be on Instagram or Facebook, but to locate them on those platforms could become a bit tough. However, now that you understand that your buyers are on those platforms, you can spend more of your energy and time figuring out how to actually locate them. And no, I cannot explain how to locate them in this video because this video just get too long. I want to keep this video short and sweet. By the way, I'm gonna put another video below in the description that you can watch if you want to learn how to locate those buyers online. So let's continue. Myth number 3 is that money isn't important. And I would love to believe this my own self, but however, knowing how many bills I have at this exact time, trust me, money is very important because that's the only way these bills get paid. You see, a lot of people tell artists, oh, you're an artist, you belong in a studio, you should just be creating, don't worry about how much money you make. But unfortunately, we cannot put our kids in the best schools if we don't worry about how much money we make. We cannot eat the healthiest foods and put our bodies in the best position if we don't worry about how much money we make. We cannot sleep in comfort and wake up stress-free if we do not worry about how much money we make, because everything comes with a cost. And if you don't have the money to afford those costs, you're gonna be in a very, very sticky situation. So what am I saying? If you're living on this earth, most likely you need to be making money. So if you want to make money, you need to take your art career seriously and understand that the amount of money you make is very important, because this is what's going to allow you to provide for you and your family, which is crucial when it comes to surviving in this world today. So with that being said, make it a key focus to start selling your artwork. That's crucial, because you're going to be doing yourself a favor and you're going to be doing those who buy your artwork a favor. And don't only try to make some money, try to make a lot, because the more you make, the better you can do. And when I say better you can do, I'm talking about the more you could donate, the more healthier foods you could eat, the more experiences you could have. Most artists I talk to, they love to travel. Travel comes with a cost. The more beautiful places you're able to travel to, you're able to put your kids in private school, as I mentioned before. So you should want to make more, because when you make more, you could give more, you could do more, you could experience more, and everybody loves more, at least majority. So focus on how much money you make, and do not let another soul tell you that the amount of money you make as a visual artist is not important, because that's just bullcrap. 4th, my art isn't good enough. I hear this all the time. Sometimes I talk to the most talented artists I've ever seen, and they say, Gerard, I just do not feel my art is good enough. This is a big misconception. You see, art is subjective. Art is based on personal opinion. So there's no such thing as good or not good artwork. However, I strongly do believe that there is professional art. Now, your art have to be professional. Professional means making quality work. Now, if you're making quality work, the actual style you create in is subjective. There's no such thing as right or wrong, because something that one person like don't necessarily mean the next person will like. And that's a beautiful thing. It gives everybody their own opinion, which allow artists to be as creative as they can possibly be. If you feel like your artwork isn't good enough, a quick tip, just make it larger. If you just simply make your artwork larger, it'll seem more professional, and it also become more desirable. I typically like my own artists to create in sizes from 36 to 40 and then larger. On a small scale, you could go 24 to 36. If you create that 24 to 36, it's almost irrelevant what you created, because whatever it is, people are gonna like it, and somebody's gonna be willing to purchase. A fun fact, a few years ago, I had an artist who used to do these little doodles. I used to sell them for $20 each. There used to be like 10-second doodles, and there was no detail. It was actually pretty hilarious, and he used to sell so many of them. He was making like $3,000 a month from these little doodles. So what am I saying? It's not that your artwork isn't good enough. It's the self-doubt that you're dealing with yourself. And you have to overcome that self-doubt and understand that your work is beautiful, and put that work out to the world and offer it to people to get them to purchase, because someone will love it. And that person that love it will be willing to spend top dollar on it. One of my most successful artists who do $60,000 to $70,000 months create extremely abstract work. And however, some people look at his work and say it looks like a 3-year-old did it. Other people look at his work and spend $15,000 on it. So understand, it's not that you don't have good artwork, you're just not confident in your work. So focus on building your confidence, and then offer that work to the right buyers. Fit. It's hard to sell artwork. This is typically why so many artists want to get their art into galleries. It's simply because they think to sell art to become a full-time artist is hard, it's tedious, it's complicated, it's boring. So I just want to be in a studio painting. But this is a huge myth. Selling artwork have never ever been easier. And my artists that sell consistently fall in love with selling their artwork because they love the ideal of people desiring their work. They love when they're able to see their buyer's face light up. And that's a beautiful thing. You see, selling artwork isn't complicated. When it comes to selling artwork, the only thing you really need to understand is that you need to get your art in front of the right people and simply offer them the purchase. If someone say they love your artwork, ask them if they're willing to purchase it. And if you do that to enough people, you'll be selling artwork. And if you sell enough artwork, you'll be a full-time artist. As a full-time artist, I'm pretty sure that's every artist's dream. And it's that simple. Now you have to just figure out those little details. By the way, I post a detailed video below in the link section where you could go ahead and you can watch another video where I explain for free, no cost, how to actually start making art sales step by step. I think it'll be a very, very informative video. So definitely check that video out. And with that being said, I'll see you there. Peace.